Hi, everybody, and welcome. Great to see all of you yet again virtually. I know we're getting great at this. We'll see if we can do a virtual roundtable. And I look forward to the time that we can get together and do something live here very soon. It's been a challenging year. It's an understatement. I know that one of the silver linings for me is the involvement I've had as chair of the NAM. It's really given me a first row seat into NAM's response around this pandemic. Although nobody could have anticipated this, the NAM's reaction to this, the ability to transform its entire operations to support this pandemic, shows the NAM performing at its best. So I wanted to talk with each of you and gain your personal perspectives on what this has meant for you and how the NAM has supported you over the past 6 or 7 months. So John, let me start with you and to walk through your experience with the pandemic and when the shutdowns began. What situation were you in? Are you in now, and how has the NAM helped you through this?
NAM has always been a very responsive organization, and relevant to this pandemic, I really saw that in spades. X1's a critical provider of industrial 3D printed parts to essential industries. We operate in Pittsburgh, but also have operations in Ohio and Michigan. We continue to operate in Ohio and Michigan, but the Pennsylvania state guidelines caused us to have to shut down. One of my first calls was to the NAM, and through those days after that, multiple people jumped in, helped with state legislature, federal, even the executive branch to get us back up and running. And within a week, we were back operational and serving our customers. It was amazing response, and I thank everyone at the NAM for their help.
That's great, John. And in fact, with all of Mexico and some of the supply chain issues and shutdowns there, I had a similar experience. And within 48 hours, I think we had 300 CEOs with a letter into the government and a direct response to conversations happening. And supply chain turned on in a very relatively short period of time. So a very similar experience. Barbara, your company, Siemens, has a very unique vantage point in my mind. How did you see the NAM support Siemens specifically? What impressed you? And maybe if you could talk a little bit about NAM's PPE leadership.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, Siemens has long been a manufacturer ourselves, but more and more we are actually supporting other manufacturers as our customers. And, you know, in March, when the rest of the world was hunkering down, the NAM was springing into action. It was fabulous to see how they seamlessly made the transition to really asking first, how do we respond? And how do we recover? How do we reinvent? I thought the actions around PPE were brilliant. Identifying manufacturers who could provide PPE, matching those up with needs in locations all across the country, making sure that the first responders who needed that PPE had it when they needed it.
That's fantastic. And Mark, probably as a small and medium-sized manufacturer, you could speak a little bit about how the NAM supported you in terms of what you needed. I think small companies in particular faced a very special set of challenges. Did you feel like the NAM was an extension of your team? And if so, tell us a little bit about that.
What I know is that NAM was very involved with, again, getting some of the financial packages that went out. They were critical to small businesses. I mean, even with some of the small businesses at this point, I know that maybe still have the money in the bank and didn't need it. It was good to know that we were involved in that we had that little cushion. And I think that that's what I keep coming back to, is that those are the kinds of things that are very important to small businesses that I keep running, that a lot of people don't realize what NAM does. So we can't do the big things, but they're working for us. And those are the things I keep plugging, again, just through my network and sharing, this is what we do and this is why we do it. And I will tell you, everybody has a whole different view of NAM in Colorado because of that in the manufacturing world.
So Jim, what support did you find most valuable? And do you think it was important that the NAM was out there telling our story too? What manufacturers needed to know and how we were leading?
Yeah, absolutely. When COVID-19 hit, as everyone knows, there was so much information that was coming from many different directions. The news outlet, the CDC, the daily news conferences, newspapers, and NAM was instrumental of boiling it down for our team of really what was important. We put together our command center, our crisis command center in late March, and this information was really invaluable to the Cornerstone Building Brands. This team, we met on a daily and sometimes an hourly basis. And why it was so important is Cornerstone Building Brands is the largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and we were deemed an essential provider. And we provided services for medical centers, food distributions, data centers that were really, really important in the early stages of COVID-19. So NAM was really instrumental of that daily connection to us, really from Jay's level all the way through the organization, because everyone knows this was a local ground game, and they helped us on a state by state, but also from a national standpoint.
Hey, and how many of you all saw the public service announcements? I mean, Jay standing in an empty football stadium, just making us all aware of the number of lives that were being lost and the importance of wearing masks. I think the NAM helped get a really important message out to all of us.
Describe the NAM in one word. John, how about you first?
Responsive.
Fast.
Powerful.
Foundational to the country's success.
Outstanding. I want to thank you all so much. It's great to be with you. I want to say stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you to the NAM for all the great work that's happened over the last 6 or 7 months. We couldn't have done it without you.